I hate that I'm making this video. This has to be one of the worst decisions in YouTube history. And although this might not be the first time a channel has done something like this, it just feels worse in this situation. And I'll explain why. So about an hour before I was going to post this video, they came with an update. So at the end of this video, I will cover the update. Everything in this video is still relevant. So in order to understand what's going on with the update, you should still watch through this video. Enjoy, and I'll be back at the end. The channel is Watcher, and if you're not familiar with it, it's a channel starring these two guys, Shane Madej and Ryan Bergara. And they were formerly on a channel called BuzzFeed Unsolved, where the two main shows they did was a ghost hunting show that wasn't too serious, it was mostly just played off for laughs, and a show called BuzzFeed Unsolved True Crime, where they just covered true crime topics in a comedic way. But they eventually left BuzzFeed because it's BuzzFeed and Who Wants to Be There? And they went on to make their own channel called Watcher with the help of their business partner Stephen Lim, who is basically the CEO now. He handles the financial stuff. Now, I'm talking about this because I'm actually a really big fan. I've been watching them since their days on BuzzFeed, and even though I didn't really care about BuzzFeed in general, I did like the shows these guys did. And not because of the topics necessarily, but because the dynamic between them was great. They have this really good chemistry together, they're really funny, and I was there for that. That's why I'm pretty disappointed that they went in this direction. And I'll explain the situation here. In one single move, they may have destroyed their entire channel and potentially their careers. Their reputation has been hit really hard with this. I'm not just hopping on the drama train for this one. Like, look, I have a t-shirt. I'm actually a fan. Their channel Watcher is a couple years old now, and it features a variety of videos, some similar to the style they did at BuzzFeed, like the paranormal research and the true crime, and then some new stuff as well. And the production quality is very, very good on it. I have to admit, they put a lot into it, and it all looks really great, very clean and polished. That's because they've brought on a lot of new talent behind the scenes, and you can tell they put a lot of work into every episode they do. This actually might be part of the reason for their downfall. But like, how does a show having better quality equal their downfall? Let's get into it. A few days ago, they posted this dramatic video called Goodbye YouTube. It's kind of clickbait, but also partially true. It was a very dramatic video filled with emotional scenes that kinda also feel emotionally manipulative. The whole big thing about this video is they were announcing they're moving to their own platform, and they'll be charging a subscription fee for all their content going forward. They will still upload the very first video of all their series to YouTube, basically like an advertisement for their platform, but then you'll have to pay for all the rest of it. And people are pissed about it. If you scroll down to the comments, well, first of all, you'll see the like and dislike ratio. It's pretty bad. They are getting destroyed there. But reading their comments really just shows the impact it's having on their fans. People feel absolutely betrayed. People are saying things like this.
You know, if it's our goodbye to you, I hope it's not.
If this is our goodbye to you, aka you are no longer of value to us if you don't directly pay us. And that seems to be the main sentiment here. I think people feel like they're being seen as only dollar signs and not as fans who have supported them for years and years. They wouldn't be here without their fans, and now it looks like they're turning their back on them. I feel a bit this way too. Like, I'm all for supporting creators, so I just want to make that clear. I even subscribe to some Patreons, but I do that because I feel like I'm getting a value for that service. One of them is a podcast where they put out several podcasts a week, but they keep their flagship one free, and then for a small monthly fee, you get like a couple extra a week. And to me, that's worth it because I listen to a lot of podcasts, while I'm working out or going for a walk. So it's something that is worth it to me. And then I also like to support the creator because I think they do good things. The key is they made the move to paid content without taking away the stuff they gave you previously for free. With Watcher, they're basically saying pay up or you're getting nothing. They even get pretty tone deaf about this whole thing when it comes to the money part. This line in particular is really pissing people off.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it.
Saying anyone can afford it is just plain wrong. Everyone is in a different financial situation, and while to some $6 a month is not that much, to others it's the difference between eating and not eating on a day. And for the people who can afford it, they're just sick of subscription services. It seems every single platform is going to a paid monthly fee, and it adds up. Like, you got $15 for Netflix, whatever Prime costs, you got Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, Discovery, Paramount Plus, Shudder, goes on, and that's just entertainment. Then you got like your internet, your phone, your TV if you're still using that, and then all these other little services here and there. Like, it's just ridiculous. People are pissed. I'm tired of it. I don't want to pay another subscription fee, especially for something that I was already getting for free and paid through by the ads that I have to watch. Like, so in a way I am paying for it. I'm watching the ads. People don't want this, especially now when the cost of living just seems to be going up and people are stuck in low paying jobs. And once again, the comments reflect that. I paid $300 for groceries today. Get bent. Everything's expensive. A lot of the blame is landing on this guy here, Stephen Lim. He is the CEO of the company, so ultimately it does land on him. I don't know how Shane and Ryan feel about this whole thing, and I would very much like to believe they're against it because I truly am a fan of them, but maybe this is wishful thinking. I'm not just making this video to crap on them because I really do want them to succeed. I want to see their content for years and years, and I hope that can still happen. I just don't think this is the way to do it. Stephen Lim used to be on this show called Worth It with one of their friends named Andrew. And the show is basically them going around to different restaurants and other places where they would try like the most expensive item there and then just compare that to like a cheap version. And that was kind of the show. They had titles like $1,000 steak versus $10 steak. And part of the advertisement for their new streaming platform is that they're bringing this show back. Or not exactly, because that's a different channel, but it's like the spiritual successor to it. And this is also really annoying to their fans because it just feels like another slap in the face. They're basically asking for their fans to pay for their super expensive meals and their travel plans. Basically, it feels like we're subsidizing their vacations. Meanwhile, a lot of people can't even afford their groceries. Now, I've seen the show a few times, but I wasn't particularly a fan of it in any way. I do feel like this genre is a little played out of the comparing expensive things to cheap things. Like, I'm over it. It was like, that feels like a 2017 trend and I don't need to see more of it. So I especially don't care that they're bringing the show back. I have no interest in this and this is really not selling their new platform to me. Stephen Lim is maybe not the draw he thinks he is. I'm not paying Stephen to fly all over the world to eat gold in a financial and climate crisis. And yeah, this exactly. People seem to agree with my sentiment on this one. They keep bringing up money in this video and the cost it takes to make all their videos. They say their goal is to make TV and streaming quality videos, and that YouTube is no longer able to support them financially in their goal. In the video, they attempt to justify this by stating all the costs to their production, such as travel, permits, staff, and various other costs, and those are all fair points. This seems expensive to make. One thing they didn't mention though, but their fans pointed out, is that they already have a Patreon that's quite successful. They have 12,000 members and estimates say they earn around $100,000 a month from it. And I feel like their Patreon fans will probably be pissed off more than anybody. They already pay extra because they're such big fans and they want any extra content that's available. And now they have to pay another fee on top of that just to watch the regular videos. You're probably thinking the same thing as me, that $100,000 plus all the ad revenue should be more than enough to support them. Like, it's probably these guys and then a pretty small team. But one thing that really stuck out in the video was this.
To 10, to 20, to 25.
That's right, they have 25 people on staff to make these videos, plus their freelance people on location. That is a ridiculous amount of people to make a YouTube channel. One that only puts out about one video a week. I just don't think there's enough content on their platform to justify that price tag. I think they're missing the main point of why people like their channel. It's because of these two guys and the chemistry they have together. We didn't care about the production quality. We watched it because it was just kind of fun and janky sometimes, and we didn't care at all. Yeah, it's cool to have all these overly produced videos, but in the end I could live without all these fancy 3D animations, and people clearly agree with me. I hate to say it because I don't want anyone to lose their job, but I really think they need to scale down from 25 people. That's way too much. And if you're not financially able to sustain that, you need to downsize a bit. I don't think any of your fans will really be upset if production quality goes down a bit. As long as they get Shane and Ryan, we'll be happy. It's just fun to watch two guys being dudes, you know? If you really need that extra money, just hype up your Patreon a little more. Even put a couple episodes of your main show on there as behind a paywall. Like, it'll still piss people off, but at least it's not taking away everything from them. Look, I really don't think it's too late to go back on this. And like I said earlier, I'm not making this video to hate on you guys. I'm just hoping that you might listen to your fans and change your mind. Like, just, you can pull back on it. It's not too late. You can just come out and say to your audience, like, look, we might have made a bit of a mistake here, a miscalculation or something. Like, we listened to your feedback. We see that this is not the direction we should be going. And we're going to figure out a way to take away this paywall while still being financially sustainable. Like, I think if they said something like that, people will respond well enough. People will still be mad that you did this, but I think people will feel a little appreciated and listened to. I think in the long run, it'll save your channel, and people will eventually forget about this whole thing, and it might even become a funny running joke in the future that you guys can joke about. Be like, yeah, remember the time we almost destroyed our whole channel? And it's time for the update. I'll just talk over my big, stupid, bobbling head here. So basically, they did exactly what I said they should do. So now their own streaming platform is going to air all their shows ad-free, just like they said. But now, 1 month after the show airs, it is going to air on YouTube like it did before, which is great. I think that is a really good solution. They still get that bit of extra revenue that they need. They don't have to get rid of any employees, which I love. And they seem like they should still be sustainable as a company. It was interesting to watch their apology video. It looked like every other apology video. 3 guys sitting on a couch, just, you know, with that somber tone, saying, oh, sorry, we messed up. Yeah, you messed up. We know you messed up. But yeah, I am happy they're at least going back on this. I may consider buying it now because it doesn't seem so scummy. Everyone can still enjoy the shows at some point. So that is great. I think this is the best solution they could have come up with here. And with that, I'm announcing my own streaming platform. It will be $50 a month, and you'll get 1 single video a month, and it will also include ads every 2 minutes. The video will just be me sitting on a solid gold toilet, eating caviar and $1,000 Wagyu steak while I laugh in your face, and you will like it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.